Hey guys, what's up? Now we're here back in another video. So today I'm gonna be going over the three new characters, Caesar, Okiyasu, and Wambu. In this update, I will also be showing off their respective skins, i.e., do screenshots or by unlocking them myself. So if you did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And right into the video, let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's get right into the characters. First character Wambu, 1250. Second character Okiyasu, 750. And last character Caesar with $1,000. I will not be buying skins this time, just because I don't feel like it. And I want to get this out as soon as possible. So you guys are going to instead just get all the skins on screen as I speak right now. Okay, so let's get right into the Caesar showcase. So, first move, I'm gonna go over just how much charge you need, how I'm gonna do your moves. You already know that. His first move is bubble launcher. It summons a bunch of projectiles, does damage, blah blah blah. So yeah. Second move is bubble cutter, bypasses block. And just yeah, decent damage if it connects. It just has more startup and I think and like probably than bubble launcher. Third move is bubble cutter gliding, and it is just a targeting bubble cutter that is blockable but does take a decent amount of your shield away if you block it. Fourth move is finishing kick, which is his only guard break. So keep that in mind. And his fifth move is Bubble Lens. Depending on how fast you summon it is how much damage it will do per hit. The least amount of damage is 0.44, and the most I will check right now. But if you do get hit while you're trying to do the move, then it will cancel. So you have to keep that in mind. There we go. So once you see it fully charged up, then the moves will summon, and instead of doing 0.4 damage, it will do 0.5 per hit. During that time frame, you cannot do M1s, by the way. Or you can only do M1s. You can't charge, you can't use your moves, none of that stuff. So, yeah. His kit isn't really combo heavy. It's more just like donor and pressure your opponent type of character, just with your projectiles. And if they try to close in on you, you use 5 to take the pressure off of you, and your 4 is also there as well. So yeah. Now, what combos does he have? Well, I do know one combo that he does have without your opponent blocking, or with your opponent blocking. It's 2-in-1's finishing kick into cutter, and cutter isn't the true. It's true because of the fact that if you roll, you still get hit by the projectiles. If you block, you still get hit. Roll towards me, you still get hit, and any other option that you try to do, you'll still get hit by the bubble cutters. So let's look at that right now. And I kind of delayed that badly on my part, but if you can get the bubble cutter to connect, it'll do a lot more damage. But yeah, that's his only really true combo. I will show bubble lens into well, I will show the bubble lens combo that you can try, but I haven't had too much success with it, so take this combo with a grain of salt. It's just you get a guard break off like 4, and then you mash 5, and you get M1s while you do it. It's not going to do the full amount of damage that it would typically do, but yeah. So So that's some decent amount of damage. So if you can guard break your opponent, you should mash 5, go behind them, try to go behind them because they need to back up and block. If you can get behind them while they're blocking, then it will stun them and then they'll start getting hit by it. Just make sure you don't do what I did. I accidentally knocked them far away, which would have sucked if I knocked them out of my bubble lens. So make sure you're only doing 4-on-1s, and then once the bubble lens is running out or runs out, then you should be trying to get the 5-on-1s out of the way. And that is it for combos. As I said, he isn't really too combo heavy, more so just zoning and pressure. So my advice, if you're facing an opponent who doesn't really run a lot, that your bubble launcher should be your option when you're at like a mid-range. If you're facing an opponent who does block a lot, then you should really be focusing on using your 2 to encourage them to roll more, which is when you would then be using your bubble launcher more because it has faster startup. 3 is used to also catch rolls and when your opponent just isn't blocking, so like with barrages. But personally, I think the best way to punish a bad barrage is with bubble launcher, and then make sure you're M1ing them. And I somehow jacked that up, but if you can catch a bad barrage, then you're using 5. And if your opponent is just pressuring you, it's also fine to use 5 just to keep them off you, or even using 4 if they roll towards you at once. Okay, and the counterplay to Zapelli is really just adapting to his playstyle. If he goes for a lot of bubble launches, then you need to make sure you're blocking a lot. I personally don't really recommend blocking bubble launcher or bubble cutter. I just prefer rolling out of it, away from it, because, well, like, it's just kind of annoying trying to figure out which one they're trying to do when you could just easily roll before they do it. So yeah, bubble cutter, just gliding, just make sure that you're keep your ears open for when you see him, your ears and eyes open when you see he's doing that, and hear him saying whatever he's saying, so that you can block it, because it does hurt a decent amount. And the last move is finishing kick. Well, finishing kick is just a move that you need to make sure that you're on the lookout for. If he does go for it, then immediately block so you can get a PB out, because it's really not hard to punish a finishing kick, trust me. And then his 5th move, bubble lens, just while he's doing it, roll and block. You need to make sure that when you see he does that, don't even try to punish it or anything like that. You can try if you're already attacking him, but if you see him doing the animation, then you need to get out of there, because it will hurt. Even with 4 like him barely charging it up, it will hurt getting hit by the bubble lens and the M1s. Like, it really does rack up in damage if you just don't expect it. So yeah, with that, that is the Caesar showcase. So yeah. Okay, so let's go over Wambu's moveset. So his first move is Tornado Whip, which is kind of just like his little vampire combo, similar to Dio. That was weird. Second move is Rising Gale, which is like, boom. It has low end lag. You have enough time to M1. You don't have enough time to M1, but you do have enough time to do Tornado Whip, because it has super low startup. So there's that. Second move, or third move, is Horn Drill. It's a guard break. It has decent range, but it has a little bit of end lag. Fourth move is Hurricane Drive. It's a startup kick that guard breaks. So there's that, but it also knocks back, so you can't really combo into it. You could try rolling, but your opponent has less end lag than you do. In his 5th move, you have a lot of room when trying to move out of this attack, so I don't know. It's hard to show that off in testing, but just know this is the amount of damage if all of it connects somehow magically. Start up, and then there's the move. That's loud, but there it is, and then it also knocks back. You have no control over like your camera once you use the move, so yeah, keep that in mind. And without any further ado, let's get on to his combos. So the only combo that I could really come up with Wambu is Wind mode into Rising Gale, immediately Tornado Whip, and you can follow up a Horn Drill and see if that connects. So, and then I kind of messed up, and then you can follow up with Horn Drill, see if that connects, and that would be nice. But there is his combo. He doesn't have a lot of combos because his 4 does not really, it has too much startup to be true, and his right, and it knocks back. His 1 knocks back. 2 is only good for M1s, but is good only good for comboing into Tornado Whip. So a lot of his moves don't really work together with one another. So there's that. Now my tips for Wambu. Well, just don't make sure you're being cautious with 5 because it leaves you open. Make sure you're only using Tornado Whips, not Raw. Make sure you're only using the follow-up Rising Gale or M1s. Horn Drill should be used not really up close because it can be canceled, so make sure you're at like a decent range, like right here maybe. And his Hurricane Drive should just be used to really punish bad barrages, dash M1s, and of course a turtling opponent, but it's unlikely it's going to connect the blocking as a guard break. It's more likely it's going to connect and just do damage because your opponent's going to see the move, they're not going to be able to dash out of it, and they're going to take the damage. So, yep, the counterplay for Wambu. Well, I don't have too much advice besides, well, of course, his 5. If you get hit by it, move to the right and then try to hit him with a ranged attack, or go make sure you go around and get an M1 on him so you can start a combo. With his Rising Gale, try to mash because it does. It has a very small frame. He has very low positivity when he does that move. Like when he does it, it's true for into Tornado, but the frame of being able to do it is very small, so it's easy to punish him. And Horn Drill is pretty easy to PB. If you see it, block it. It's as simple as that. It's one of those moves. It's like Bonera 4, when you see it, you block it because it has a lot of startup and it's just a free PB. So, those are all my tips, and there's the counterplay. So without any further ado, let's move on to the last character, Okiyasu. Okay, so now let's move on to Okiyasu showcase, final showcase for the characters. So we have his first move, Barrage, probably the smallest damage dealing barrage in the game. There's that. His third move, or second move, is Scrape, which ignores block and has hyper armor. I do want to showcase that off. And it stuns the opponent. As you see, I had M1 priority there, so yep. And third move is Plant Pots. It summons 3 projectiles pretty slowly, in my opinion, that do 5 damage each. And fourth move, there's no escape, pulls the opponent near him and stuns them for a second, I believe. So there's that. And his fifth move, Erasure Barrage. Final hit, guard break. So if you do use There's No Escape into Erasure Barrage, your opponent has to take the final hit. And last move is Oi Josuke. Heals him a decent amount. Now, what are Okiyasu's combos? I feel like he's a character that doesn't really, he doesn't do a lot of damage with his combos. He mostly just is a character that it revolves around punishing and predicting your opponent. So, if you expect your opponent to block, you could do There's No Escape immediately into Erasure Barrage. And then they have to take the final hit or they get guard broken, which is nice. His other combo is There's No Escape. If you expect your opponent to roll or just not block or attack, then the other combo that you can do is There's No Escape into Form 1's Barrage. Let's see what that looks like. And his last combo is it's the mash. like if you expect him to mash, then you can do there's no escape into erasure. Well, no, there's no escape into scrape into erasure barrage. Let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna kill this guy real quick. All right. Um, here's what it looks like. There's no escape. Scrape. That last part only works if you're in a like in a corner or something like that, but that is something that you can also do. But there's the combo. There's no escape, and if they try to mash out of it or block, then you'll hit them with scrape, and then you get 4-on-1s off into the barrage. So those are his combos. Now, my tips for Okiyasu. Well, personally, I feel like Okiyasu is a character that really just revolves around knowing how your opponent plays and punishing them for it. So if your opponent just mashes a lot, then you already know, do the mash combo. If your opponent blocks a lot, well, do the block combo. Or you can even I wouldn't recommend the block combo because with mashing, they're mashing, so they can't really do anything once they've already made that decision. But with your blocking, you're able to roll out of it, so it's not really also a combo for blocking, but the block combo is 4 into 5, so there's that. And if your opponent does none of those, then they can just do 4 into 4-on-1's barrage. So, yeah, I think he's alright. I think you just need to know how to. You just need to be good at reading, which does take a lot of skill with playing the game. But I don't think he's a weak character by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll just have to see how well he's able to do in the meta. I forgot to do this, so I'm just going to do it post editing. The counterplay is to really, if his 4 is off cooldown, make sure you're blocking, because at best he can hit you with 4, and then or 5, and then you'll have to take like 4 damage, because you can block all the attacks except the last one, and it knocks you back, so he can't get a combo out of it. And his 2 has way too much startup, so if you're blocking, then well, you can just roll. Like it's nothing really threatening about his kit that requires you to stop blocking. You can really just play him like an Abdul, and just block a lot, and he can't really do much against it. So that's what I think is the counterplay for him. Adieu, that is it for this video. If you did enjoy, like, hit that bell, and without any further ado, see you guys in the next one.